And immediately that was cleared to some of the members. We decided that the best thing to do is to look at the mood of Nigerians and do the best in the interest of those that we represent.
For the Senate spokesman, the issue is beyond party politics, an opinion shared by other lawmakers.
In our closed session, we spoke frankly to each other, and everybody was of the opinion that the interest of Nigeria comes first before the interest of any party, religion, or any other thing.
The efforts by the Nigerian Armed Forces in countering terrorism in the 3 states under emergency rule appears to be yielding results, a situation which would greatly reduce the sufferings of many Nigerians in the northern part of the country. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, the lower house, that's the House of Representatives, has also approved the proclamation of a state of emergency in 3 northeast states, but amended the document limiting the powers of the president in the administration of the emergency areas. The House reached this resolution after a meeting which lasted for over 4 hours. The lawmakers say the president's powers over the emergency areas should only be to maintain public order, peace and security. Our National Assembly correspondent Lanre Lasisi has the report.
I wish to forward here with copies of the official gazette of the state of emergency proclamation.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives reading the proclamation as transmitted by President Goodluck Jonathan. Immediately after, the House resolved into a closed-door session. 4 hours later, the Speaker announced the approval of the proclamation with some amendments.
The President may give directions to a state governor or local government chairman directly or through his designate or a duly authorized person with respect to the administration of the emergency area in matters of public order, peace and security. Only, that is amendment.
After reading out the amendments, the Speaker advised the militants to take advantage of the amnesty offered by the government.
To urge those that are on the other side to take advantage of the olive branch that has been extended by the government and come back to the fold and continue to be good citizens of this great country.
He also cautioned troops to protect innocent people living in the areas where the military operation is taking place. Speaking after the session, some of the lawmakers said the amendments were in the best interest of the country.
Mr. President has proposed, and the House also has a duty to look at it and ensure that what it is approving is in line with the Constitution and will achieve the aims and purpose for which Mr. President is declaring the emergency rule. Some of the amendments we made has to do with, instructing or ordering the governors of the affected states to do certain things or to obey the instructions of the president. And we said, no, it cannot be general. It has to be pegged down to issues of security only on the emergency matters.
The House has set up a conference committee to meet with the Senate and come up with a harmonized copy, a process they must complete before the 2 days given to them by the Constitution elapses. Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
Well, as lawmakers approve the President's declaration, efforts to resolve the Boko Haram crisis through dialogue have not waned, as President Jonathan ordered the release of a number of detained terrorists. The Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Chris Olukolade, says a number of prisoners being held in connection with terrorist activities have been released following the President's directive. Now, although the detail of those released are not disclosed, there are reports that majority of them were women and children. In the meantime, the military is still talking tough as the force insists it's capable of handling insurgents in Borno, Yobe and Adamawa states. The President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, declared a state of emergency in those states to put a stop to the killing of innocent civilians by militants. But since then, some critics had expressed doubt over the military's competence in pursuing the military option in the region. They also allege that the withdrawal of troops from the peace mission in Mali is another indication that the ongoing operations against insurgents is suffering some setbacks. But the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Chris Olukolade, dismissed the critics, saying their position on the withdrawal of troops is being misunderstood, a situation which could misinform Nigerians and the international community. Well, to security matters of a different nature, the Delta State government has warned youths agitating for a third phase of the Niger Delta Amnesty Program to stay clear of any activity that will disrupt peace in the state. This warning is part of several decisions reached over youth restiveness in the state, following the Security Council meeting held in Ohara in the West Local Government area of the state. The Secretary to the Delta State Government, Mr. Macaulay Obuzore, who briefed journalists at the end of the meeting, reminded youths in the state that the program is over and anyone caught disrupting the peace in the name of amnesty will be treated as a criminal.
Amnesty is not a state affair. It was a federal government decision, and the amnesty has ended and is not going to be revived. And any youth who is hiding under the auspices of amnesty to cause any further criminal activity in this state will be treated as a criminal, because there is nothing like amnesty anymore, and nobody should hide under that. They all had the opportunity to have enlisted for the amnesty when it was open. It was promulgated and it has ended. We have also decided that all youth activities in Ogara, particularly Ogarifi and Ogariki, remain banned with immediate effect.
In part 2, after the break, Minister of Power Professor Chinedu Nebu calls for a special fund for power sector. That's in a moment. Do join us again.
MTN all the wow bonus will give you double the amount to recharge for your MTN line. Press star 885 recharge card pin hash when you want recharge, and you go get 100% instant bonus to jolly till midnight.
MTN, everywhere you go.
I hear the sound of greatness. I hear the wind of the eagles as they rise. I hear the drum from Africa. The cherry crown, sound of victory inside. Let's open our hearts and give it our lives to show the world we have the power. We did it before, let's do it again. We can be the wind beneath the eagle. Fly again, once again. We will fly with the eagle. We'll be there, again, and we'll fly with the eagle. 'Cause we know the end is victory. Yes, we know.
Guinness, made of more.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, proudly African, truly international.
No one hates
my good people of Nigeria. LB Pharma Limited have just introduced scratch pin on the packets of Amala and Amatem Fort anti-malaria to make you know which are original and which are fake.
4 simple steps.
Scratch your foil panel to be solid 12-digit pin.
Then send by text the 12-digit pin to 38353 for confirmation. SMS is free and available to all GSM networks.
Wait for reply immediately. to confirm if it's original or fake.
If it is fake, please call the phone number displayed on your screen.